Operation Epic Fury.
Right now, as I speak to you, American forces are unleashing the most devastating military campaign since shock and awe in Iraq. Operation Epic Fury is crushing the Iranian regime with technology so advanced, so overwhelming, that Tehran's defenses have been completely neutralized. We're talking laser weapons, AI-controlled targeting systems, kamikaze drones that we actually stole from Iran's own playbook and made 10 times deadlier. The Space Force is blasting Iranian missile sites within seconds of detecting a launch. Over 20 Iranian naval ships have already been sent to the bottom of the Persian Gulf, and here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. President Trump just proved that American military dominance is back and the mullahs are absolutely finished. Now, why does this matter? Well, for you at home, for decades, Iran has been the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. They funded attacks that have killed American soldiers. They've threatened our ally Israel with complete annihilation. They've destabilized the entire Middle East while Biden sat on his hands and did nothing. But now there's a real commander-in-chief in the White House. President Trump unleashing our military with one simple directive: win. And what you're seeing unfold right now is the absolute destruction of Iran's ability to ever threaten America again. Their missile factories gone, their naval fleet sinking, their air defense systems worthless against our technology. This is what happens when you have a president who actually loves his country and isn't afraid to project American strength. Every terrorist regime on earth is watching Operation Epic Fury, and they are terrified because they know if you threaten America under Donald Trump, you will be annihilated. Speaking of national security, there's a critical story developing right now that ties directly to what's happening in Iran. We're tracking a developing story out of Washington, one the legacy media doesn't want you to see. As Iran destabilizes the Middle East, the federal government just made a move that could reshape America's security posture. Now, here's the truth. Our nuclear subs, our warheads, our next generation power grid, all of it depends on uranium, and we import almost every single pound of it. This is not about energy independence. This is about survival. Because a nation that can't power its own military does not control its own destiny. That's why patriots are looking at domestic uranium production, and one company is positioned at the center of this. It's Atomic Minerals, trading as ATMMF in the United States and ATOM in Canada. As America reasserts global dominance, securing our uranium supply is not optional. It is essential. Do your own research. Review the full briefing that has been prepared just for you below this video and see why this matters. Now back to Operation Epic Fury and the incredible technology our military is deploying right now. This is what's really blowing minds in the defense community. And I guarantee you haven't heard this anywhere else. Our military didn't just outgun Iran. They used Iran's own weapons against them. Those Shahed drones that Russia and Iran have been using to terrorize Ukraine, America reverse engineered them, made them better, made them cheaper, and now we're firing them back at Tehran. It's called poetic justice, folks. And the AI targeting systems we're using, they compressed our kill chain from days down to hours. We have this from the Secretary of War. We will be using 500, 1,000, and 2,000 pound precision gravity bombs, of which we have unlimited stockpile.
We will be using 500-pound, 1,000-pound, and 2,000-pound GPS and laser-guided precision gravity bombs.
Oh boy.
Of which we have a nearly unlimited stockpile.
The Secretary of War revealing some of the technology, setting the stage, but the game changer is America's secret laser arsenal that's lighting up Iranian skies. Laser weapons deployed in Operation Epic Fury against Iran. Multiple sources confirming the same story. Space Force laser weapons intercepting Iranian missiles in real time. New York Post even posting about it. Laser weapons deployed in Operation Epic Fury as Space Force stops Iran's missiles in their tracks. New York Post giving us official confirmation. But Jesse Waters is about to reveal the devastating scope of this technological warfare. U.S. forces dropping 2,000-pound GPS laser-guided precision gravity bombs on Iran. The Iranian airspace is now ours, so get ready for shock and awe that will cripple the mullahs. Listen.
Operation Epic Fury has entered a new phase, a shock and awe campaign to trigger regime collapse. U.S. forces have taken complete and total control of Iranian airspace, and now it's showtime.
The two most powerful air forces in the world will have complete control of Iranian skies, uncontested airspace. It means we will fly all day, all night, day and night, finding, fixing, and finishing the missiles and defense industrial base of the Iranian military.
This is twice the amount of firepower that we use in Iraq, and we're using next-generation tech. An unlimited stockpile of 2,000-pound GPS and laser-guided precision gravity bombs. High-powered laser weapons fired by the Navy are microwaving Iranian drones. And long-range, high-speed precision strike missiles are hitting targets with pinpoint accuracy. First time used in combat. Also the first time, kamikaze attack drones. Space Force satellites are detecting Iranian missile launches, then within seconds, blasting out the launch pads. The Pentagon's even using AI to develop targets. We're even bringing back good old faithful torpedoes.
Yesterday, in the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II.
U.S. Central Command has confirmed that over 20 Iranian ships have been sunk. The average Republican now owns more boats than the Iranian Navy. And we just smoked their crown jewel.
Last night, we sunk their prize ship, the Soleimani. Looks like POTUS got him twice.
We've knocked out their Navy, Air Force. Nothing safe, above or below ground. A new nuclear bunker they were building just got obliterated. Anything can happen, but this war is off to the best start in American military history.
We're doing very well on the war front, to put it mildly, I would say. Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15. The missiles are being wiped out rapidly. Their launchers are being wiped out. And, you know, it's really a nation that was out of control, and they would have used it on us if we let them, if we waited any longer.
The regime leadership is either dead, missing, or cowering in bunkers. For us, it doesn't matter who rules. They just have to play by the rules. More on that later. They've been warned. The IDF says their next radical supreme leader will be a target for elimination, quote unquote.
The gravity bombs, only the beginning. Artificial intelligence is now running the entire battlefield operation against Iran. And the drone warrior says U.S. artificial intelligence is crushing Iran on the battlefield. Not an AI theory anymore. This is AI combat, and it's happening right now.
Well, I think the real story here, Jesse, is how America's AI crushed Iran's response time, and that included using AI for drone technology. This isn't AI theory anymore, Jesse. This is AI combat, and it's happening now. The reports were clear. Our forces used various AI tools, which processed mountains of intel, satellites, drone feeds, signals faster than any human ever could, and compressed the kill chain to hours, not days. And we had nearly 900 strikes during the opening operation. Key regime figures dead, enemy capabilities flattened before they could even blink. And that's what happens when you pair world-class AI with our best and brightest American operators who, as we speak, are bringing justice to the thousands of brutally murdered by the Iranian regime. And what I believe we witnessed here was one of the most decisive, technologically game-changing moments in modern-day military history, and America delivered it. The strikes are going to send a message, frankly, far beyond Iran. It tells adversaries around the world that we just officially crossed a threshold with our weaponry where artificial intelligence isn't just a buzzword. It's being embedded into real battlefield decisions going forward. But fair warning, Jesse, when machines start picking targets, we as a nation better ask who's checking the machines. Is there going to be no human in the loop, or will human commanders actually steer these decisions? Because the AI is only as good as the people training it are. And there's a world of difference between AI assisting a military commander and AI deciding who lives or dies.
A frightening prospect. Echoes of Skynet. AI warfare is revolutionizing combat, but the most shocking twist is how America turned Iran's own weapons against them. The The U.S., this is Sky News, now firing the same type of weapon back at Iran. U.S. military has deployed a budget drone in Iran, a kamikaze drone, based on the low-cost Shahed drones frequently used by Iran and Russia. Check this out.
In terms of drones, there's a really interesting development. The Shahed drone, which both Russia and Iran are using with great effect, very much in action in this conflict. The United States is also starting, for the first time ever, to use its own drone, which is modeled on the Iranian drone. And they call it a Lucas. And the L in Lucas comes from low cost. So the problem that the U.S. military had identified among itself is that the U.S. was good at producing things that cost millions and tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, like aircraft carriers and tanks and guided missiles. But that countries like Iran were able to produce inexpensive drones that were highly effective. So for the first time in this conflict, learning the lesson from Iran, and Central Command explicitly mentioned that it had learned the lesson from Iran, the U.S. is firing back at Iran the same kind of weapon that Iran is using now and which Vladimir Putin has been using to fire on the Ukrainians.
One military analyst said to me that using $1 million Patriot to shoot down a $50,000 Shahed is insane. So they need to find alternative ways to deal with this.
And what's interesting about the drones that we have reverse engineered, they actually have Starlink built into them. So when they go out and they swarm, they actually create a mesh network that does not rely on GPS technology, doesn't rely on any type of communication. They can coordinate with each other. So even if one gets taken out, the mesh network can relay the GPS coordinates for the attack, and it will continue regardless. It's remarkable technology that's being deployed. So America didn't just copy Iranian drones. No. We perfected them and launched the ultimate irony, Task Force Scorpion's massive drone swarm attack. For the first time, U.S. Central Command drone task force called Task Force Scorpion strike launch countless one-way attack drones. Originally of Iranian design, we took them back to America and made them better. So let me tell you exactly what you are witnessing here, because the establishment media will never admit this. This is the most technologically advanced military operation in human history. Artificial intelligence is processing satellite feeds, drone footage, and signals intelligence faster than any human analyst ever could. Space Force is detecting Iranian missile launches and destroying the launch sites within seconds. High-powered laser weapons, yes, actual laser weapons, are microwaving enemy drones right out of the sky. This is not science fiction. This is Donald Trump's America. This is what happens when you elect a commander-in-chief who rebuilt our military, who invested in next-gen technology, and who has the courage to use it. The mullahs thought they could threaten us. Now they're watching their entire military infrastructure get systematically dismantled. Now, folks, what you're witnessing is history. Operation Epic Fury is proving to the entire world that American military supremacy is absolute and unchallengeable. President Trump promised peace through strength, and he's delivering. The Iranian regime that has terrorized the Middle East for 45 years is being brought to its knees. Now, I want you to share this video with every patriot that you know, because the mainstream media, they're going to try to downplay this incredible victory. They don't want Trump to get any credit for protecting America, but you and I know the truth. And now I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you support President Trump's decisive action to neutralize the Iranian threat once and for all? Yes or no? Let me know. And if you want to show your support for America First journalism, check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. Keep hitting that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and remember, stay informed, stay free. I'm Gary Franchi.
The system controls information. Information control is power. I want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.